Hello friends, I am here today. We're gonna try to execute the whole glass, dewy skin, blah, 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 kind of look here. I figured it would be nice to experiment with that for springtime, even though it does not feel like springtime and we can't go outside, but that's okay. So I have quite a few products in front of me because I'm gonna kind of go over a couple different products. I'm not going to use all of them on my face, but I just wanted to give you guys a couple options or some things that I recommend for this kind of effect. So what we're going to start with is I am skin-cared, I am moisturized. I do have like a fake tan on right now, so I did put some of the Drunk Elephant Debronzy into my sunscreen. Why did I put on sunscreen when I can't go outside? Because I got a new one and I was very excited. That's why. So my skin is kind of like already prepped and ready to go. Primers will be pretty individually tailored to you. You could use an illuminating primer, but if you also have issues like pores and stuff like that, you may want to do something that will target that, and then we'll add the glow in from there. So I'm just going to throw on my Smashbox Mindful 5 as per usual. So I'm just going to take a little bit, and just pop that all over, just for like a little extra moisture. The Milk primer is also really, really good for this. You could do something like the Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow primer. Ooh, MAC Strobe cream. MAC Strobe cream is really nice, but it doesn't smell bad, but I have like a personal issue with the smell. I could not tell you why. I have like 2 bottles of it from working there, but I just, you know, I don't like the smell. So from there, what I'm going to go in with is the Charlotte Tilbury Is this going to be the whole video? The Hollywood Flawless Filter from Charlotte Tilbury. I have the lightest shade in this, the fair shade. And what we're going to do is we're going to pop this all over the high points. Now, this product I like absolutely love so much. It just gives you like the most authentic glow ever. Like I also have one of these in my kit as well. And the first time I put it on somebody, the other artist that I was working with was like, what did you do? Like, what did you put on her face? Oh my god. So this will just give you a really, really nice glow from underneath. I actually also like to wear this when I'm not wearing any makeup at all. And I didn't have a mirror ready this whole time. So, oh my gosh, I'm going to use, I love this brush so much, you know, my e.l.f. little, I don't even know what it's called, but I love it. Airbrush Stipple brush. Okay, so we're just going to go in and kind of just like tap that into the skin. Just to give us a little extra luminosity. Like, look at how, you know what I mean? And like, there's no sparkle, there's no shimmer. It's just like very authentic in terms of its shine. You just look like sweaty. But good sweaty. Glass skin sweaty. You know what I mean? That's what this all is. And normally with a heckin' large forehead like mine, you probably like wouldn't put shine all over it, but you know what? It's time for me to love myself. Alright? So that already like amped it up like a lot, as you can see. Very shine. Very, very nice. For foundation, I grabbed a couple. So I have, and it's probably what I'm going to wind up using, the YSL All-in-One Glow Foundation. Fantastic. I love these so much. I have 2 shades for when I'm pale, for when I'm tan, and when I'm in between. I love this so much. It's like a light to medium coverage. It's water-based, so it almost feels like nothing else. Like it feels like you're putting water on the skin. Or if you have any moisturizers that are that more water cream texture, this feels like a water cream. Another similar product to this particularly would be the Lancome Skin Feels Good. Although I think the Lancome, it does have a slightly smaller shade range. However, YSL tends to forget that people of color exist, so there's also that issue there. But if you are within the shade range for the YSL foundation, I love this so much. It looks so good, and it even lasts all day despite being like a more lightweight, glowy, thin kind of foundation. Like I said, light to medium, like at most. I also have the MAC Face and Body here as well. So it's like another water-based foundation. This is like a sheer to light coverage, like if you like picture pantyhose, you know what I mean? Like it's just gonna give you like a light evening out. It's water-based, again, very, very thin. Looks really, really, it It looks really, really nice on the skin, and it's actually also great to mix into other foundations if you need to cut them. Like a thing that we used to do at work when I used to work at MAC was we would mix this into Studio Fix Fluid to kind of cut it a little bit so it wouldn't be as full coverage and intense, but you would still get that really, really nice like medium to full coverage look on the skin with a little more hydration. So this is another really, really great option too if you don't need that much coverage and you just want a little tint of color. Third foundation here is the Light Wonder foundation from Charlotte Tilbury. So this is another one that is like a light to medium coverage at most. Really, really nice and luminous. I feel like this one does have like a touch of like probably mica or something like that in it. It's not visible close up, but you'll notice it if you like put it out on the back of your hand or if you swatch it in store that there is that kind of luminosity to it. Kind of like the It CC cream that's illuminating. The It CC also does have like more of just like a mica in it versus a hydration. This still is a quite like nice hydrating kind of foundation, although I find this one does crease in my smile lines like absolute crazy. So I love how it looks, but I don't like how it looks all day. So if you're going to be going for like a short wear or you just want something a little bit more luxury, you can go for this guy. And my last one here is actually like not very talked about. Mine's not in the right color for me. But the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Foundation Sticks. First of all, these feel so cold on your skin. It feels so nice for the warmth. But also, again, it's just like so shiny. So shiny. Very glassy, very dewy, very hydrated. The Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue, the regular, is also really, really nice too. I find that that one's a little bit less dewy and it kind of sinks into the skin a little bit more. This one stays shiny. So another really, really great option there. And I do believe, yeah, this has a sunscreen in it. I can't remember how much. Does it say? 25. So not super, super strong. You should still wear a separate sunscreen. You should. Protect your skin. Alright? But you can layer sunscreens. It's totally fine. I'm gonna go for my all-in-one glow. I'm gonna have to mix. So let's do like that much. I have B10 and B40 because I like the more neutral tones. So I have almost like a pump of each. I'll put that on my face and we'll kind of just like see how it looks, you know? Is this me? I think we could say that this is me. What brush should I use? Alright, I'm just going to go in with my chunky Morphe brush, my M439. Just so I can get like a little more coverage out of it because my skin is in a mood currently. But yeah, this just gives like, look at how shiny my face is. This is truly fantastic. Yeah, so this brush will just like up the coverage just a little bit. So you can see that like it covers decent. On my chin you can still see a little bit of discoloration that we're going to need concealer for, but it's not the end of the world by any means. Yeah. And that's also evening me out to my body too, which is great. So I'm just going to kind of speed through this, you know, because I just don't have anything to say right now, you know? And we'll, you know, we'll reconvene in a second. Okay, super fun. So that's me with like one layer of foundation all over my skin. So again, I look very, very shiny, very glassy. So now we need to conceal. I hope that this color is going to work out because I just wanted to try out this concealer. It's the new Pat McGrath concealer. It's very expensive, very fancy. It's glass. So I just hope that this color, oh, it's going to be a little light. Oh, well, I'll still do my best to conceal with it. You know, a little up here. Over here. If I could just conceal my whole forehead, that would be fantastic. And I'm actually just going to pop a little bit like out on the sides of my nose here, just for like a little extra coverage in that vicinity. And we'll see, because I tried this on once, but I didn't wear it for very long, so I don't actually have like any feelings or emotions towards it at all. So I'm just going to use this little brush here. Who is she? A Morphe E8. And just tap that in. It is a little bit light, but it's not super, super obvious. So you're just going to want to go over and conceal any blemishes you have on the skin. Try to not use a concealer that's too matte, just because you don't want to have that difference in texture of where your whole face is like super shiny, and then you go in with something like, I don't know, the NARS Soft Matte Concealer, and then you have this like random mix match of matte dots all over your face, because that'll kind of just take away from the overall effect. So try to use a concealer with a similar finish if you can, just to keep everything looking still like nice and authentic. But also, hear me out, you don't have to conceal your blemishes if you don't want to. That's also a thing. You can absolutely just embrace your skin however you feel like it. That's going to totally be up to you. I'm not your real mom, I'm not your real dad, so I'm not going to tell you what to do either. Yeah, I just wanted a little more coverage there. Now, for the under eyes, I have the new Hourglass Concealer, so I also want to try that. I really hope you can't hear my dog barking. So sorry. So I'm just going to do a little bit of my Kaja, whatever, color corrector underneath my eyes and tap that in first, because this quarantine is wrecking my sleep cycle. I don't know about you guys, but I go to bed at like 2 a.m. and wake up at like 11 a.m. because I suck. It's not the life I want to be living, but I try to wake up before 11 and I just can't do it. Like, I just can't do it. I'll be awake and I'll go on my phone and like start trying to like wake myself up, and then I'll just like pass out again for like another hour, and it's just not happening for me, you know? So now I've got my Hourglass Concealer. This one is in a slightly lighter shade. Haven't really gotten to try this much either. So I'm just going to do a little bit on the corners here, outer corner. We're just trying to be Robert Welsh, if you will, okay? We're trying to use control. I don't want to go too ham. I do want to highlight the centers of my face as well. Let's blend this out first before I add even more. Why don't we do that? So I'm going to use my Blendiful. Again, you guys know that I love this for this. Just to tap all that in. And let's see, I'm thinking, why don't I shut up again for a second and we'll speed through this and then we'll be back. I'm going to add a little bit more on the side. I'm sorry, Robert Welsh. I need more coverage. So let's do and I have a huge cat hair on my nose. Oh my gosh, I'm also like a little bit paranoid. In my little filming room here last night, I saw this giant bug and my boyfriend didn't kill it. And now I'm just like, I feel like it's just gonna sneak up on me and kill me, you know? Like, the paranoia is real. Especially, like, you know, there's like, I'll try to insert a picture if I'm like smart enough to do that. But you know those big like centipede, millipede kind of things? Like, they're flat and they're thick, you know? Like, So, I had washed my face, as you do at the end of your day. And I was like, yes, this towel that's hanging here, I'm going to dry my face on it, because that's what you do. And so I grabbed this towel and I put my face in it, and I felt like a tickle up here, and I was like, what's that? And I pulled my face back to see this huge centipede, millipede, whatever, I don't care, just like losing its mind because it touched me and I touched it, and I released every swear known to man. In response, I freaked out, I ran out of the room, I was screaming, and then Christian was like, what? Like, what? And I was like, killed the bug. So he went in there and he killed it and whatever and blah 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 blah, and it was all fine, but just, you know, and now I just feel like this one's gonna kill me. Like, maybe it was his wife or something, I don't know. Okay, a check-in. Still nice and shiny, but now we're concealed. It looks like I do the big sleep. So from here, we're not gonna do any setting for like a little while still. I'm gonna use my Kaja bronzer. You're just gonna wanna use something that is a cream. So that could also be like the Huda Beauty Tan Tours. I know Tarte just came out with some new cream bronzers that also look fun and fresh, so you could use something like that. Basically, you just want to maintain the luminosity. If you do decide to go the powder route at this point, just make sure it's not something that is overly matte. So I know like there's a couple Wet n Wild blushes that have a really nice new... Ooh, how many times? I'm gonna like keep count of how many times I stutter in this video. There's also the Makeup Forever Profusion bronzers that also have like a really, really nice luminosity to them. They're a really nice thin consistency, and they're also actually waterproof, so they're really, really nice for summertime because you don't have to worry about wrecking your face. So you could use something like that. NARS Laguna has a little bit of luminosity to it, not a lot, but like a little bit, depending on like what degree you want to take this shine to. It's totally up to you. So those are just like a couple recommendations. Actually, if you have more recommendations, you guys can leave them in the comments below. Just share those with our fellow people that want to be shiny and glassy and delicious. And I'm keeping like a somewhat light hand on this. Like I'm not like packing this on for like a full glam. We're just kind of putting a little bit of dimension and color back into the face. This isn't going to be like a super intense overall skin look, you know? And I'm actually gonna put a little bit of this down my nose. I have my little, I threw it. My little JD Wadey 180 collection brush with Luxie. This is the, how do they think I'm gonna read this? I think it's a 182. I could be lying to you. I can't read it. They made it too difficult. It's not my fault. And I'm just gonna like add a little bit of color back into my nose under here. And then down the sides as well. Because I don't want a pale little nose. And this actually sits on my nose really, really nicely, this product. Like, doesn't break up my foundation or my concealer or anything like that. Beautiful. So now we're going to move on to blush. And are we going to use a cream blush? Yes, we are. So I have my Fenty cream blush in Strawberry Drip. I haven't gotten to wear this shade yet. You could also do one of the new MAC Glow Play blushes. Those are really nice. Who else is cream? The NARS Multiples, new Tower 28. I haven't tried those, but I've heard nothing but good things, so I have faith in them as a company. So you could try the new Tower 28 blushes. Nude Sticks also has tons of cream, so you have a lot of options there. So let's pop this on. And I'm doing like nice little pats here just to want to make sure I don't pick up any product underneath. And I am aiming to be like a little bit flushed today, if you will. How does that look in the viewfinder? I can't see because I'm blind, but I think it looks nice. So we're just going to tap that on. Now for blush, you can do like literally whatever color you want. You could do one that's more neutral if you want this to be more subtle. I didn't feel like doing that today because I wanted to do something like a little bit, just more bright and like more springy, summery. Do I put some on my nose? Do I want to be like Kate Marks? I think I do. So let's just, you know, am I gonna hate this? It's gonna be too late if I hate it, so I hope I don't hate it, but you never know. And I'm gonna pull it a little bit more towards the center of my face here. Just a titch. I don't think I hate it. I think I like it. I like this color quite a bit. I do have like a full review up on these blushes, so you can check out my last video for that and see what I think. But yeah, I mean, I feel it. Look at how shiny I am. This is exactly what we wanted. Glass skin. Okay, now for highlight, I brought in a bunch. So you could go back in with more Hollywood Flawless Filter from Charlotte Tilbury if you want to keep it nice and subtle. I also have, so the ColourPop, I just grabbed this one particularly because I liked the color for right now, but generally this formula because it's a cream to powder. Any of the Super Shock highlighters would work. I have a Smile and a Song from the Disney collection here, so you could do something like that. Also the Becca highlights, because they don't have like big chunks of glitter or shimmer. I had to repress this because I broke it. Please don't judge me. This is my Champagne Pop. But pretty much any of the shades, because they have a really nice shine to them without having big chunks or specks of glitter. Following in that trend, Benefits Cookie also, if you're more of a fair to light skin tone like me. This one, the finish, again, no chunks, no glitter, no sparkles, just like straight authentic shine. And the Anastasia Amrezy highlighter, a little bit more golden than the Benefit Cookie. It's also a little bit darker, especially like when I kind of turn out the light there, you can see that the base is a little bit more of a darker gold. This as well, no big chunks of glitter, just pure shine. This kind of baked jelly formula, I can't pronounce it properly, if you will, typically tends to have more of just a smooth overall finish. So you could also use like the MAC and Extreme Dimension highlighters or anything like that. I just don't own one of those in a more practical color, so I didn't bother bringing it in. I also brought in my Milk Face Gloss. This is like literally just like gloss for your face. I mean, I can't describe it any other way. I love this stuff so much. I might pop a little bit of this on. I'm still going to do a regular highlight. I don't know which one I want to wear, but I might pop a little bit of this on top just so you guys can see. This adds no color. It is just a clear gloss. If you're going to wear your hair down, your hair's going to get in it. And I don't recommend putting this in the centers of your face, only on the tops of your cheeks, because it's going to break up your makeup here if you wear it there, especially if you get oily. But now, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Should I... I'm going to do Amrezy for old time's sake here. So I'm going to grab my little Morphe M510. Now you could also use any cream highlighters too. I honestly personally don't own a lot, which is unfortunate for me. But I know this will still give me the same effect, so I'm not super concerned there. And we're going to take it like up the side of the temple there as well. So we have like that nice little C, pretty much. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm more so tapping it in instead of doing like big sweeps, because again, I don't want to pick up any of the products that we put down because we haven't set our faces yet. And you don't want to make any of that move. And I'm also going to do the centers of my face with this. So sweaty upper lip, tip of the nose, right up in between my eyes here. I like it on my chin. And I'm going to go a little bit above my brows as well. Okay, so now that we have all this layered on, we're going to do a light set. This is very hard for many of us, I'm sure. Now I'm going to pat out my under eyes because it did crease a little bit. And I don't want to set creases. Now I'm going to use my Kat Von D powder because it has more of a satin finish. There are brands that make like illuminating setting powders, but the thing is a lot of those are like really illuminating, and say places like underneath your eyes and stuff like that, it's just, you'd just be putting shimmer underneath your eyes essentially, and I just don't think that's the most flattering thing, so I'm not going to recommend it, but live your dreams is what I'm saying. So I'm going to set underneath my eyes first because that's like priority number one for me. Okay, so my under eyes are set. I'm going to do a little tiny bit on the sides of my nose here because I do get a little bit oily there. And I'm kind of just like buffing that in because I don't want it to be super prominent. And a little bit in the center of my forehead here. Just a titch, so it's like a little toned down. You can see there's still definite shine there. And other than that, you can set basically wherever you get oily. So I'm going to do just a titch on the sides of my nose up here as well. There's like barely anything on my brush. And outside of that, that's all I'm going to set. So we keep it super, super fresh and shiny and beautiful. So I am going to take a little bit of the face gloss because I mean, it's so shiny, but why not make it more shiny? Okay, so I've got my face gloss on the back of my hand. This is probably too much actually, but I'm going to kind of like work it in almost, so there's only a little bit going on my finger. And you want to be pretty purposeful with your placement here. So I'm only going up on my cheekbone here. That's it. Just there. I'm going to grab a little bit more because this is going to give it like a really, really wet look. Wow. And then I'm just kind of taking like a clean finger just to kind of dab around where it starts and stops so it's not like super prominent, just like that. I need to wipe my hand on something. I'm going to wipe it on my Blendiful. Okay, let me bring you in a little whoop. Other way. Okay, so this is my skin up close. very dewy, very shiny, very glassy. So it's like, it's perfected, but you look really, really nice and healthy. I think that's the whole goal of all this. It looks like, you know, you do all your skincare and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to do my eyes and my lips, and I'll actually be back, and then we'll kind of just wrap up the video. So I'll be back. Okay, so now that we have the finished look, for my eyes, if anybody's curious, it's actually going to be the next video that I post. I'm going to make a little tutorial on this. We played with the Norvina 3 palette, and then my lips is a mix of 2 lip liners. I have Whirl and Oak on from MAC, and then my Patrick Ta lip cream in She's Unapologetic. So truly delightful there. Now we have one final thing to do, which is set our faces. So again, I grabbed a couple different mists that I would recommend for this specific kind of look. The first one is the Tatcha Dewy Skin Mist. So very, very hydrating, like very, very hydrating, great for like a normal to dry skin. Will give you a really, really nice luminosity, and you'll have the skincare benefits in there as well. There is the good old MAC Fix Plus. Water-based, still gives a lot of moisture, but this is a little bit more of like a broader kind of spray, and it'll work for most complexions unless you're like severely oily. But also if you're severely oily and you're doing this look, then that's just how you're going to be, to be fair. So this is another one that I would really, really recommend. It has like a nice mister as well. There is the Glam Glow Glow Setter. This does have like a lot of fragrance in it. It's a little bit of like a guilty pleasure of mine because it gets like heavy on the fragrance. But this also gives a really, really nice glow. Super, super, super fine mist. And I find that this on oily skins doesn't break up makeup too much in my experience. And my last one is the Milani Make It Dewy Setting Spray. This one is newer to me. This one is like really, really heavy on the overall hydrators. Does again have a lot of fragrance in it as well. This one I feel can break up your makeup if you're too heavy with it, kind of like the Tatcha. So this would be more so for normal to dry skin. Now, which one? Oh, see, you have to do a test spray too because it spits. I think I'll use the Milani today just to keep it, you know, somewhat affordable. This is the one thing that I'm using here. Okay, so I'm just doing like 2 sprays on both sides of my face. That is it. That's all you need with this. If you go ham with this, you're going to be upset because you're going to wreck your face. But yeah, I'll zoom you guys back in. Whoop, so you guys can see. Wow, we're so glassy. We're so shiny, we're so fresh. Nobody's been more hydrated than we are in this very moment in time. Okay, friends, and with that, that is the finished look. We did it together, you and I. Feel free to test this out and let me know how it goes down in the comments below. I would love to hear your feedback, or if you have any other product recommendations for this kind of look that you already love to use, let me know. So yeah, hit me up in the comments below. Like this video if you found it informative and or helpful and or a good time. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Bye!